Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are going to play, I'm going to do some postcard, some of my jelly postcard play today. We will do a little bit of Junk Journal July today, and then I'll show you some of the goodies that I got yesterday at Creative Keepsakes convention. So it'll be a little bit of everything today. Let me just pull up my live so that I can see the chat. There we go. It's early. It's a Sunday, so we may have a quiet group here today. But Miss Linda's here. Hi, Linda. Good morning. How are you? Maybe, catching a little craftiness before you head out for the day. Have you had a good weekend? I wasn't planning on going live today, but then I was awake and I was just fiddling around in my craft room. And I have some exciting things to share, so I just decided to do it. This is going to be my postcard for the 12th. I was a little behind and hadn't made it yet, so now's the time for that. I have it a little bit prepped. I was just, like I said, playing in here, so I have my things prepped. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning. So good to see you. All right. So, yeah, this is my July 12th card. I've had this die set for a little bit and just wanted to use it, wanted to play. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a seahorse in here. Do a little ocean scene with this. Something like that will work. And then I want to bring in the number 12. This is a gel print that I did with water, spritzing water, and so I have this like vacancy here in the middle, which I think is really interesting. And then I thought this kind of looked like sand in the ocean. It's just definitely giving me ocean vibes. And I like that this is kind of like a broken pocket watch that's sitting at the bottom of the sea. It's all busted up. The coral has grown around it. So that's what I'm going for. I was tempted to make the 12th a birthday card for my son. Like birthday themed, but I always think of him with the ocean too. Maybe because we're usually going to the beach around his birthday. So it kind of works in that respect. He had such a good time. He even got to have a follow-up hangout with his best friend the next day. So yesterday, all day yesterday, he hung out at his best friend's house and he just had the best time. I got home yesterday evening around 7, and the first thing he did was get up and give me a big hug and tell me how much he enjoyed his birthday weekend. So yes, success. He's just such a sweetheart. Thanks for all the birthday wishes to him, you guys. That was really sweet. He loved his card. I should say cards. There was a second one that was really silly and funny, and he loved it, that his sister ended up giving him. So yeah, really good time. And then he went to his friend's house, and then I went to the Creative Keepsakes in Houston, Texas yesterday. I wanted to see Sabrina from Scrappy Tales. That was my motivation. So I got to hang out with Sabrina a little bit. I got to hang out in her booth and share Scrappy Tales with people coming in. And I hung out with her boyfriend, and we just kind of held the booth down while she was out teaching classes. And then I got to hang out with her a little bit afterwards. It was so wonderful. And then I walked around. I found a new to me stamp company, but they've been around the block a long time. But I think they're new to me because they do a lot of these scrapbook expos and conventions, and I don't go to a lot of them. So I'm going to share them with you guys. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't. But what's interesting is I was sharing with Sabrina that I had found them and really liked their stuff. And she said that that was the company that got her started in card making, that she went to one of these kinds of conventions, and she found that company, and it's what got her going down the rabbit hole, which I found to be really interesting and fun. Fun fact, so that was cool. She's getting ready to go up to Pennsylvania next, so any of you who live up in the PA area, and if you're going to the expo, go by and say hi to Sabrina at Scrappy Tales. She would love to see you. She was teaching a paper lantern class yesterday. I can't remember what class she was teaching on Friday. I wasn't there. But I know she had one on Friday as well. Okay. Now I want to put the number 12 on here. And I kind of wanted to put it up where the 12 would go on the clock or watch face. So I'm going to do that. I have another sand dollar over here, but I think I'm just going to have one. I also have another seahorse, which, did you know that they mate for life? So I kind of do feel like I need another seahorse in there. We'll just color this one up a little differently. Give them like a little bit of a yellow tip. There we go. Yeah, they mate for life. So we can't just have one seahorse on the card. Yeah, in California they do have a lot of events, don't they, for card making and scrapbooking. I'm in Texas. We have quite a few, to be honest. I was supposed to meet up with Sabrina, a couple of weeks ago, and that just didn't work out. I got sick, my mom's dog got sick, and so that didn't work. I wasn't going to miss my second chance because she lives in Florida. I live in Texas, and I didn't know when I'd get another chance to see her. And I have been following Sabrina since she was like 16 on YouTube, card making, and she's a delight. She's such a sweetheart. I just really enjoy, she's an amazing crafter, for one, but I just like her as a person even more. So I had to go meet her. I love meeting all my virtual crafty friends in real life anytime that I can. So if you're wondering what products I'm using, I am using this Tim Holtz die set. This was from one of his latest releases a month or two ago, and he brought it back from the vault. It's called Vault Watch Gears. And I actually do need to put this numbers die back in there real quick. So it comes with the pocket watch, 2 sets of different numbers, gears, and what I also really like about this die set is it comes with the watch hands. So you could create a watch face out of anything and put like the hands on it. It has 2 different sets of numbers and then all these different gears and then different pieces to build up the watch face. I didn't worry about building up different pieces on it. I kept it pretty basic. But I used my new die cutting machine and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. One thing I didn't notice about it when we unboxed it together the other day, one thing I did notice that it is so smooth and there's no tension for like cranking it. But the thing I didn't notice was that it doesn't pop and like bend or warp in any way like I've seen. Like I've grown accustomed with my Gemini Junior and with others that they pop and the plates bend and warp. This one does not do that. It's just really smooth and I like that. And it's just real easy to crank. And then it just cuts right through. So I'm very pleased with that purchase. Now I haven't embossed on it yet, but maybe we'll do that this morning. I have some new embossing folders, so we might emboss. I have some of Sabrina's dies and stamps. We can play with that. But there's my number 12 card for the July postcard play hashtag. It's been so much fun watching everyone create for that, seeing what people make. I need to make a little label for this. Let me show you how I do that. I take a scrap piece of paper. This is going to be my brown brush. And I just happen to have a bunch of ink on here right now. Okay. It's really not high tech, but let me just show you what I do. It works for me. So I can identify, because I don't clean my brushes, I just have a brush for every color. But this just helps me identify what color I'm supposed to put on here. And this is what I do. No, probably got too much tape, but that's okay. There we go. It's brown. And now when I pick it up, I'll know it didn't come out too brown. Let me color the tape with my alcohol marker. That'll be good. That'll work. Now I know for sure that that's my brown brush. I had to get out some more brushes because I was missing black and brown. I used to do black and brown on the same brush, but since I got some new ones out, I don't have to do that anymore. Let me catch up to you guys. TR, how are you doing? Good to see you. So good to see you. Nisala, hello. Oh, thanks. Let me get out my journal so y'all can see. I need to make number 15 too. I know the 15th is tomorrow, but I could make it today if I wanted to. It's really grungy and fun. I like it. I like it. Definitely screams ocean. So here is, I've got pretty much the first half of this book done. We can just flip through it real quick. This is the first, the second, This is the third over here, the doggy, fourth, fifth, and then we've got the sixth right here, sixth and seventh. So I got them kind of all mixed up through the book, just a little bit. Remember when we made this pocket together? I'm so glad I doubled up that acetate that day. So now it's a double pocket. Now this is getting to a section y'all haven't seen. I have worked on this book without filming it because I just figure there's not enough time to share everything. But I made this fun little flip, and then I added a couple of art quotes here. The job of an artist is always to deepen the mystery. That's from Francis Bacon. And then don't be an art critic, but paint. There lies the salvation. And that's Paul Cézanne. And our time is so short, and the future so terrifyingly long. Through the art of brush, pen, and lens, we possess a swift and sure means of touching the conscious and clearing the vision. That's Ansel Adams, the famous photographer. And then I have been journaling in here as well, as you can see. On this one, I put, I've been pondering how little our window of life is in the time of civilization. At best, we get 100 years to live, breathe, dance, love, create, and experience this world. Let's make it fun. So that was July 8th, and I think this might be my favorite postcard so far. I really love this one. I brought in some like arty sketches from my collage books, and then I stamped my 8 sideways and put practice art every day. And on the back it says, the true work of art is but a shadow of the divine perfection. And that was Michelangelo. I made some cool little pockets in here to hold the postcards. I didn't want it to be too boring. I wanted it to be quite fun to flip through. And I really like this pocket here. I took a printable from Sweet Pea Curiosities, and it has these, it's the artist set, and she has these pockets. She has these in a few of her kits now. And I took 2 of these and I cut them down and I sewed them together. See that? And then I just hinged it on with the Timmy tape, and that's how I made a pocket for 2 more postcards, 9, and this is 11. And I put lots of stamps here. Now I am incorporating in here some stamps. So what I'm doing is incorporating the Junk Journal July prompts into my postcards, as well as onto the page as much as I can. This one says, hey train wreck, this isn't your station. So he just looked like he wasn't having it. So I thought that was a good one for him. And then this is the Fosse, and I added just dance your own creative rhythm, dance to your own creative rhythm, and then I added like a miscellaneous and the date. This is the gel print part, and then some random artistic stamps, dance, Shakespeare, photography. So I thought that was fun and really kind of fit into the spread of arty goodness. So that's where those live. I like how these 2 challenges are merging together for me. Like for this day, this is day 10. I'm glad Carrie incorporated the number in the parameter for the July postcard play, because it helps me keep track. Plus I'm stamping the back of them as well, and I'm journaling on them or whatever. But for Junk Journal July, I think stitching might have been the parameter. So I actually took this postcard to my sewing machine and kind of stitched around this church here, and then I added a white flag of peace, because this was like a pole, but there was whatever was at the top of the pole is cut off from the postcard. So I added my own white flag. And then I really love like the gates open and it looks like he's about to walk through it. So, and then I just, I took this to my sewing machine and just stitched on all these patches. It might have been scrap. I can't remember. Let me look. Oh, I don't have it handy. Well, anyways, I can't remember. But I know thread might have been it. I think it might have been thread was the prompt. And then packaging was a prompt, and I took this box of tea and I cut it down and I glued one of the flaps from the box over here and hinged the tea bag box onto this page. Then I kept this flap, folded it over, added Velcro here and here, and now I have this like fun little pocket, which I really like how this came together. I also added this pocket right here. It says radiate positivity. Let's see. So that was day 10. Where's 11? Did I show y'all 11? Oh, 11 was Fosse, the art one, the theater. So 12 is the one we just made. Here's 12. I've got to figure out where to put, I think I'll just put 12 in here. Here's 13, which is really fun. I had this guy bowling in a collage book, and then I had this postcard that was all about the Los Angeles highways. They say world famous freeways, Los Angeles, California. And then it said something else up here, and I kind of just made it work for me. So it says, man, dig those crazy 13 lanes of fun. And I thought about the lanes, like when you go bowling, you know, the bowling lanes. So I was just kind of combining these two. And it looks like he's about to play a little bowling match with the highway. Really fun. Just a fun little postcard. So that was day 13. And I think light might have been the July, Junk Journal July prompts. So let your creativity sparkle, shine bright like glitter, liked that cowboy by the fire, radiate possibility, radiate positivity, and then it's got the moon. So that is where that lives. And then day 14 is here. And now this one, I really like this one. It came together nicely. This is a gel print here, up in the sky. And then this is a gel print, which I kind of wanted to look like a plateaued mountaintop. You know, so, but then the Junk Journal July prompt was weather, like WEATHER. And I liked the snow, the snowy weather, something it's definitely not doing in Texas right now. So that is day 14. So the last day that I need to do on this side is day 15, which I will make a pocket and put 15 here. And then we'll be like halfway through, and then we can flip this journal over and just start working from this side. So it's going to be great. One thing that I think is really fun about an accordion journal like this is that you can just keep adding, and it never alligator mouths, because you just keep adding to it and it just keeps expanding like this, but it'll never warp really, because you know you're working with a flexible cover like this, so it can expand, and I really like that about it. So that's where I'm at with that, which actually right now I'm officially caught up now that we got 12 done this morning, because today's the 14th, so this is officially caught up. Oh, thanks. Love the grungy postcard. Hey there, Mary. Mary's been making lots of postcards. How you doing? You're in Provo, Utah. You're making your way back home, aren't you? I love Idaho. I think it's one of the most beautiful and underrated states. I love Idaho. Yeah, you're definitely making your way back home, back to Washington. That is wonderful. You've been gone for what, 3 months traveling? Whoops. At least 3 months, I would think. Do you have that one, Sala? You have this one right here? It's really cool. I'm glad he brought it back from the vaults and re-released it, because I just think it has so much potential. You know, you can make this like um, in any way. You could add flowers to it and make it like kind of romantic and beautiful. You could do so much with it. Okay, do y'all want to see the goodies that I got yesterday from the show? Be prepared. It's a lot. But if I show them to you, then we can start using them and use and craft with them. TR, I did not know you were from Idaho. Oh, how cool. I've only visited there twice, but I thought it was just gorgeous. Oh, Jennifer. Yeah, I made it because I love doing the junk journal July every year. And she also does junk journal January. And then Carrie just started this one, you know. Um, and I had already done a lot of gel printing. So I was like, let me find a way to put these two together. And yeah, it's really working out because now I have this journal that I can keep them in. Hey Flo, how's it going? Well, let me show you my goodies real quick, and then I think we should use them. So the whole reason I went was for Scrappy Tales. And I've already told you a little bit about Sabrina, but definitely go check out Scrappy Tales Crafts. I've been, following Sabrina for the longest time when she first got started. Luckily, I found her. And then she eventually started her own company with her mom. Her grandmother taught her to draw. Her grandmother's an artist. And she's really well known for her interactive dies, and she likes dimensional dies. So I think that is her strength, but I also just really love, I always love her subject matter and her stand. I just like everything. Can't help it. I just do. So I got a couple of things from a couple of different releases. So what she'll typically do is take a subject matter, like the one I'm going to show you now. She did kind of like a Glam Girls release where she had like this really cool high heel and perfume bottles and all kinds of things. So I got a couple of things. I had seen Desiree use this and was like, oh my gosh. Perfume bottles. But I got these because I just know that they'll come in handy on a lot of the kinds of cards that I make. So I got the perfume bottles, this one and the larger one. I also really liked these poppy kind of flowers. I believe those are poppies. And this large perfume bottle. I think it's super cool. And then the stamp set that goes with it, which has this little label that you can put on the perfume bottle. Or little sentiments that you can add along with them. Either one of these labels. Happy birthday from one fabulous friend to another. I don't need a Valentine, I need a Valentino. Happy Galentine's Day. Number one friend, Paris. Best friends, fill your life with endless love. Friends are like diamonds, beautiful, valuable, and always in style. You're more fabulous than Chanel, Gucci, and Versace. You're sensational, this little bitty one here. So I thought these were just great. I've seen amazing things made with these. I have lots of ideas for them. Plus, y'all know I like to layer and play with ephemera. And with a lot of her dies, you can layer things up and basically make your own ephemera. So I got those three from that collection. This is a random one, and this one, I just thought that they were great and they would be great for 5x7 cards. So this is a really cool detailed little birdhouse. And, you know, I could just see myself layering this behind, putting flowers around it, putting different things. So I thought this had a lot of potential to make some cool cards. And then I don't know what it is, but I really love like gathered wheat like this. And she had a really cool like fall and harvest collection, and I just never picked that one up and wanted it. So got those two. Those are kind of random. And then this collection was my favorite I think that she ever did. She had a nautical collection, and there was a couple that she had already sold out of. I want the Caribbean map that she has, but it was sold out. Everybody wanted it. I worked in our booth for a little while yesterday, and everyone who saw her examples wanted the Caribbean map. And I could tell that because she had already sold out of them, and then everyone was like, hey, can you help me find this one? I want that one right there. Like everyone was like, she's sold out in the booth, but you can get it online. And I wanted it too, so I understand. But I got this wheel. Again, I just feel like this is perfect for layering. So I could totally see myself putting this behind on a 5x7 card, layering like a ship in front of it, and doing like, you know, a cluster ephemera like I like to do. So I picked up this wheel. It's just so cool. It was really hard because she has a port window and an anchor, and I had to pick one. I picked this one, although it was really difficult. But there was an anchor here, so I was like, okay. And I think I have a port window from another company a long time ago. So this was released around Father's Day, and I never have enough Father's Day sentiments. That was another reason I thought this was a great stamp set, but I just really love the sailboat, the anchor, all of it. I love all of it. So some of the sentiments are: a father is neither an anchor to hold us back, nor a sail to take us there, but rather a guiding light whose love shows us the way. I love that. She has some really cool like lighthouses and things that could go with. And sympathy and friendship. Thank you for being a lifesaver. Let hope anchor your soul. You float my boat. Happy Father's Day. Hope your day is smooth sailing. Let's celebrate Father's Day. Your dreams set sail. You are my anchor. So some good sentiments. I just love the way she draws the details. Just so cool. And then this guy, these guys. I love these guys. Well, we took the boat out, the jetty, not last month, but last year. There were a bunch of seagulls out, and they were characters. They crack me up. The pelicans. So, not seagulls, but the pelicans. They were hilarious. So yeah, I had to get these. I know that Desiree has made some really cool cards with these too, and I like that it has like this wooded, these like wood posts and all the little details. So cool. When I was talking to people in the booth who were just finding her, I was showing them how she designs her dies, and I'll tell you this as well. She designs them so that it's really like a puzzle, easy to put them together. It's like putting puzzle pieces together because her base layer has all the etched design so that you know where pieces go. Like, you know, this piece goes here. It's really easy to figure things out. The feet go here, you know, and it's easy to put them together, which I really appreciate, because some of her dies have a whole, or some of her sets have a ton of dies in them, and you know, you get 44 pieces on your desk and you're like, oh no, where do they go? But you don't do that with not Desiree. Got Desiree on the brain. Oh my gosh, and she's here. Hey, Des. Anyways, that doesn't happen with Sabrina's dies. You know, they just go together seamlessly. And then this is Desiree's fault too. Des, I think it's hilarious that you're here. Desiree did this card with these, and it's like, how many butterfly sets do I have? Well, it doesn't matter. I really wanted this one. I think this is the one she used. She has two different ones, but I loved this one with all this detail. And I liked these sentiments too. Sending love. Thanks for always brightening my day. I'm here for you always. Hello, I miss you. A heartfelt thank you with sympathy. I'm thinking of you. And you make my heart flutter. So those are fun, but I just loved the size of these. Like, that's a big butterfly. All of these are pretty large. They're like the size of my hand. So that was my Scrappy Tells haul from yesterday. Let me say hello to others coming in and catch up on this chat before I show you other things. Desiree, it's hilarious. You've definitely been on my mind. Talk to text is killing you this morning, TR. I understand. Aw, thanks, Flo. Reminding everyone for the thumbs up. Okay. I've never heard of this company before. Ashula Stamps? Akushla? Akushla Stamps? By Petticoat Parlor. I think I've heard of Petticoat Parlor. It really doesn't matter. They had dolphins. I need dolphins. So, yeah. I went ahead and got the dies because I want to like be able to die cut dolphins out of different things and then decide if I want to stamp them or not. If I don't know. I just wanted the shapes as well. I wanted it's mainly this one as much as I wanted the stamps, because I don't really like, I want to be able to cut them out of like painted papers and things, you know, like, let me grab a piece. Not that one. Like this one. Like, I want to be able to cut them out of like this kind of funky painted paper. And this is my powdered one. So I did go ahead and pick up the dies as well as the stamps. And I loved this. Dream it, believe it, achieve it. Not something I'd associate with a dolphin, but I like it. Okay. Randomness, real quick. This right here. But I have never taken the plunge on the Etc. By Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz, the thick board. It is, I needed to see it in person, and these are the two that I picked up. This one has 4 large tags, and then this is the like borders, trims. You get a number of them. You get 10 4-inch, 10 5-inch. You know, you get 30 pieces of trim here, which is pretty incredible. And then this one you get 4 super thick, hard tags, which these are for making, this is for making like home decor. You know, that's like a big piece of wood, basically. It's so sturdy, so cool. And then they come with the hole reinforcer, which is really cute. So, I had never ordered these and before, even though I knew they existed. I'll put this back later. it's not like it's going to get broken or lost. And then I got the trims. I've always liked the trims. Okay. Now, I did also pick up these, which I was saying we could emboss with my new die cutting machine and see how it does. And I was thinking of these. I thought these were really cool. This one's called Floral for You, and this is Arbor and Ivy. I thought these would just be so perfect for junk journaling. I really want, like, and it comes with the dies to die cut it out. And I love sets like this. Spellbinders have been doing these for a while, even under like their old packaging, but you can die cut them out and then emboss them. And I thought these would be so pretty as like journal covers, on a journal cover, as tags to go into journals. I just really, really loved this set, and thought it had a lot of potential for both journals and cards. And then this one too, I felt like it's kind of plain, but it too has quite a bit of potential, because it is plain. So this one just has this one little die that cuts up here. It can cut out that. But then I thought this archway had, sorry, I don't know if y'all can even see that. I thought this archway had a lot of potential to it. It's kind of basic and kind of simple, but I liked its perspective, and I could see myself putting flowers and people and butterflies. You know, I could see myself again using this for either junk journals or cards. So very versatile. Spellbinders wasn't there. That stuff was being sold in a booth by Stamplistic. Have you guys heard of Stamplistic? I had never heard of Stamplistic, y'all. And evidently they've been doing their thing for a really long time. This is the company I was talking about where I think that they mainly do shows, and they do a lot of shows, but you can only buy their stamps on their website. They don't sell them on Simon Says Stamp or anywhere else, only on their website. They're exclusive. They sell their own stuff. And I think because they do it that way, they are able to kind of regulate their pricing more and keep it the price that they want, which is more affordable. I think that's why they do it. But here's some of the, so I got my Spellbinders from there. I guess they use these little mini cutting boards quite a bit, and they had the refill blades there, and y'all know the trouble I've been having trying to get refill blades for We Are Memory Keepers, so I picked up a couple of those there. So now my mini trimmer set, still looking for blades for my big trimmer, but they sell a few different brands, but mainly their own stuff, and their stuff is what really got me. So if you haven't checked them out, I know we need a call. I would have called you and talked to you because we can talk for hours. I would have talked to you all the way there and back, but I had my mom in the car and we were talking all the way there and back. So yeah, this was a thing. These are so so cool. I was a sucker for these right here, this collection. There's even more, but I just got the horse, the bear, the lion, and the dragon. It's Year of the Dragon. Maybe that's why, but I also think it's just really cool. I love carousels and carousel related stuff. I don't know what it is, but I've always been a sucker for them. So I got the carousels. Now they do some really cool dimensional, you do a lot of fussy cutting if you follow their designs and using their stamps. These, they're red rubber, and a pretty good size. A lot of the cards that they make are either 6x6 5x7, or they do have a few slim lines. Look at the cuckoo clock. So yeah, these are, now this one's huge. That is a huge stamp, but it was really cool, and I loved these chairs. But basically they stamp out, have y'all seen them before? Have y'all ever seen this company and what they do? They will stamp out on different patterned papers, fussy cut, like there's no tomorrow, and then layer, 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 layer. So their cards are like dimensional. I mean, very dimensional. But I recorded, they were so sweet. The owner was there and everyone in the booth was wonderful, and they let me record in the booth. So I will have an edited video out so y'all could see what I'm talking about. I mean, just mind-blowingly cool. If you don't like fussy cutting, you may still like their stamps. You know, I think they're super cool. But the way that they look at creating is so different and so cool. It reminds me a lot of like decoupage, when, I know decoupage means, I guess, 3 different things, but the decoupage I'm thinking of is when you have the same image, but then you shrink down and you cut different things. So maybe we'll do her and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This one, this was an accident. Some of them they sell a die with the stamp. I didn't mean to do that. Most everything else I bought, I didn't get the die with it because I'll just cut it out myself. But this was an accident. I'm not mad at it. I just will need to use the die. But yeah, basically, let's do it. Let's make her, and I'll try to show you what I'm trying to explain. I know those carousel pieces are amazing. And Desiree, after I saw their booth, I was like, I cannot wait to use this technique with my Zentangle stamps. So this morning, I got these out. Because I was like, oh my gosh, these would be so cool with Zentangle stamps. So let's do this. Let's do this and peel this off. How do y'all keep, do y'all store cling mount stamps? And if you do, how do you keep them? Because after I peel off that label, I throw it away. I'm tempted to do the Tim Holtz thing. He keeps a binder and he keeps his cling mount stamps all on binder pages. That's really tempting. All right. So let's make this girly. We'll use our big platform because we're going to have to stamp her out a number of times. I'm going to have to get some patterned paper out. Let's do it on this really fun, bright paper right here. So this is called Storyteller. It's by First Edition. I think this will make a really pretty dress. So I'll do this one. And this one. This one. Now what's cool is this paper is double-sided. So I'll be able to get quite a bit. And that way we won't have too many colors going on. All right, let me take a look at this again. I'm also going to stamp it in white as well. I might stamp it in white twice. And I'm going to stamp it one time on each of the other colors. So get to inking and stamping. So, yes. Aw. Whoops. There goes that die. You've been making baby stuff. Well, yeah. It's understandable, Ave. But yes, I know. I think the same thing. I pulled those Zentangle stamps out because I was like, oh my gosh, these would be perfect for the July challenge, you know. The July challenge. Sorry, this is really hard to film and use this large stamping platform. If I wasn't a YouTuber, it wouldn't matter. But I am, and y'all like to be able to see things, so, oh boy. Yeah, I thought those were like quintessential carousel characters. A lion, a bear, a horse, a dragon. I think they have 8 total, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be. Wow, that's stamped beautifully. Let me go ahead. I do want those flowers to be a little bit more pronounced because I'll probably use some of those. I may not be using the right side of this. That'll work. So here's our first girly, and what we're going to do is cut out part of, you know, her skirt or the flowers or whatever, and we're going to build her up. Okay, so now let's stamp her out of this. Now I think what you could do, not I think, I know you could take and use your scraps for something like this and just do partial stamping, you know, just if you're only going to use the bottom part of the dress or something, you know, then you could do that. Here, we'll do it. We'll just take this and we're only going to stamp the bottom part. I'm going to move my paper down. I'm going to go ahead and protect this back part of my sheet. Not like it's real clean or anything, but still. There we go. And now I'm just going to do a partial, and that'll save more of your paper. Or if you have scraps, you'll just see. Like I really just needed, I wanted that green part for this portion of her dress. Or maybe just this portion. We'll see. So you can definitely do that. You don't have to stamp the whole thing every time. Let's do that same thing again here with the purple. Mash my paper down. Desiree keeps her cling mount stamps. She uses a piece of projector sheet. For some reason, I bought a pack of it. And then she puts it back in the package. Oh, that's a good idea, Desiree, because that's how I really prefer. Yeah, that's such a good idea, because I really prefer my stamps in their original packaging. Because I typically store my stamps by theme, you know, so people all in one section, flowers in another, scene building, and that's how I store my stamps, and I keep them in their original packaging. So I would like that versus a binder. I went through my stamps. I have 2 boxes to get rid of. Aren't you proud of me? The ones that just aren't for me anymore. Now I just got to figure out what I'm going to do. Probably going to post them on Etsy. The 23 is coming up quickly. The 23rd? I need to stamp her again. I'm having a problem with the flowers and around her neck. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's my positioner. My stamp positioner, I know I used to have that problem with my Tim Holtz one. It had like bald spots in it. Like every time, it didn't matter what stamp I was stamping, I would come up with bald spots. Okay, I'm going to stamp her in white one more time because I want to be able to make certain things like, you know, dimensional. Now I'm not upset at all that I got the die, I'll tell you. I'm glad I accidentally bought the die this time. It's going to save me a lot of time. Now these stamps, they're easy to use, but they're time consuming. Depending on how you're using them. Now, obviously, you could color these. You don't have to stamp them on patterned paper and layer them up. It's just, that's what they do, and it is super cool. But that's obviously not the only way to use these stamps. So let me peel her off. Plop her right there. I just grabbed the protective sheet to go on here. And it fell again. All right, there we go. I'll just put her off to the side and clean her up later. Okay, so now we have a few variations. There's never enough butterflies. And yeah, that's the one you have. Yeah, I loved it. Okay, so I'm gonna just trim this out. Now, there's a couple of ways that you could layer these up. And I honestly just didn't have enough time to do the make and take. I wanted to do their make and take. They had a couple of make and takes. I kind of just wanted to hang out in their booth for a number of hours, to be honest, and do the make and takes and just be there. They're really fun ladies. And they had a better press setup going on, and I wanted to try the better press in person because it's one of those things, it's like I've kind of been wanting it since it came out, but I haven't taken the plunge. And then they were doing a stamp, they were doing a card making session with one of their stamps, showing their technique of how they layer everything and do everything. And I thought, well, that would be fun. Okay, so I'm going to pick one. I think this girl stamped out a little bit better. So what I was going to say is you can not have to fussy cut too much and just keep more of your layers as you build up. That could totally work. So we could do that much for that one. Then let's grab this green one. And for the green one, we could cut out, let's go a little deeper here. Cut out more of that glove right there. Now y'all know I'm not shy about fussy cutting. It doesn't bother me, but I know it's not for everyone. I get that. I just think, here's what I think. I think if you get over not wanting to fussy cut, you unlock a whole world of potential and the things that you can make. So I encourage you to try different ways of embracing it. Now, for some, it's like physically just not happening. And for that, I understand. Like, if you have a lot of arthritis in your hands or something like that, I get it. Totally get it. But if it's just like, I just don't like to, you might be able, I didn't like to either. I was able to beat that feeling. And I'm glad I did, because I feel like it opened a door of more things that I can do. So this should go about right here. Okay. Let me grab the pink. Oh, she's so pretty in pink. What you could do with this one, honestly, too, is you could just like cut her out of pink and color her in. If you have acrylic markers, it might be fun to color these with acrylic markers too, because they're opaque. I'm going to do the top part of her dress, all of this part in pink. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, TR. I meant, sorry, of course, but I've already said hi to you, TR. I meant Cordelia. Hey, Cordelia. Sorry. I'm playing with Stampolistic stamps. A new to me stamp company, but they are not new. But oh my gosh, you guys, there were literally walls and walls of their stamps. So maybe you're not into what I'm working with today. You don't like carousels. You don't like Day of the Dead. I get it. But they have like so many awesome things. And just walls and walls, just tons of it. There's something for everyone for sure. There's mermaids, unicorns, there's trains, Christmas. Oh, the Nutcracker collection. I love the Nutcracker because my mother and father-in-law always take our kids to it every year, and our kids now love the Nutcracker, to a live, you know, the Austin Ballet of the Nutcracker. And my son collects them, so every year I get him a different Nutcracker. And so I'm just kind of a sucker for Nutcracker themed, but oh my goodness, they probably have 8 or 10 different Nutcrackers. I mean, you just got to check them out. I know I'm enabling all of y'all, I'm sorry, but they're just so awesome. So then this will go here. Now they use a lot of foam dots and things like that to start popping things up. I'm going to go ahead and cut her arms out over here, I think, and put them over there. I'm kind of thinking I should have cut her gloves out of a different color, but if I just do the white ones from the white paper, then I can make her gloves any color that I want. There's also that option. Now they use a lot of foam dots to make their cards even more dimensional, but you don't have to. I happen to have a drawer full that I should use. Okay, so see, this will go here. And then this will go here. And then this will go here. For me, that's kind of dimensional enough, even without the foam. I like the idea of being able to put her like on a journal cover or something, which is another reason I don't mind spending the time doing something like this, is because, well, she might just end up on one of my journal covers or something when I make a Day of the Dead journal. So I'm just going to cut out her arm on each side. All of these dots that you see, you could use Nuvo Drop to kind of fill those in. You could use pearls. I know that they use a lot of, oh, this wasn't quite dry. I'm getting ink everywhere. They use a lot of crystals on theirs. So you'll see in the video that I share later, because I took a video of their booth, you'll see how everything just like shines. All the glistening going on is pretty spectacular. Because not only do they do all this cutting and layering, but then they also bling everything up. It's quite spectacular. I might pop her arms up. Okay. I am loving these new scissors so much. And my die cutting machine, like, it's nice. It's nice being able to cut things well and efficiently. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get her cut out. You know what I'm thinking of doing is coloring this, cutting it out, and also popping it up, and keeping the flowers on so that the flowers can be different colors. So let's do that. You know, there's the Stamp-listic way of doing this card, and then there's the Bitty Penny way, which is whatever I want to do at the time. There we go. That's the other thing, is that even if you aren't, you know, I know different times, different budgets, different things, different interests, but think about your stamps. So that's what I was doing when I was driving home. It was a 3-hour drive. When I was driving back, I was thinking of Desiree's stamps, you know, the Zentangle, and thinking of which stamps would I like to take the Stamp-listic approach with and cut apart, you know, stamp multiple times and then cut apart and pop it up. Like, it just had my brain cooking with all kinds of ideas. It is fun, like, if you're not big into coloring, and I'm really not that big into coloring things, y'all already know that. You know, letting your pattern paper work for you. Okay, I think this is gonna work. I think this will work. And then we'll have her arms here. Let's just start assembling. Well, let me color her head first. I kind of want her to have really dark hair. Oh, I'm glad, TR. I'm glad you had fun. I know you're probably gone. Oh, we have such a busy day today, you guys. The Euro Cup and the Copa Cup finals are going on. My team is playing my hubby's team. So either way, this household wins, no matter who wins. So excited about that. Can't wait. We're also doing just a little family get together for young Z's birthday again. I usually throw my kids like multiple parties, it seems like, especially as they get older. There's like a family party and then there's the friends party. At this age anyways. Eventually their friends are just going to have to learn how to party with the family again. When they're little, it's one party and everybody comes. Then they're teenagers and that's not so cool. And then they'll be young adults and it'll be fine again. At least that's what I think. Oh my gosh. Hi, Kristen. Good morning. And Jessica. I attended the Creative Keepsakes scrapbook show in Houston, Texas. I say it like that because, you know what? I'm not even 100% sure. But I think that's what it's called. They used to have it. It's too dark. Down here closer to my house. It used to be an hour away, but I don't think they're going to have it here anymore. I don't think it was attended and they had a big enough attendance. So I went to meet Sabrina from Scrappy Tells. Let's give her some gold earrings. I mean, they're not really gold. They're yellow, but... And yellow roses. Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to do alcohol ink and VersaFine. Whatever. You don't do it. I'll do it. I'll take all the risk, okay? But if you're at home and you're using your supplies, I don't recommend it. Okay. It's just ice stamp and VersaFine because I'm usually always using a water-based medium. She needs some red lips. Desiree, I didn't get to watch, even though I've been up since 3 a.m. Yeah, I've been up since 3. I haven't gotten to watch your Zentangle yet this morning. If y'all didn't know, Desiree posts a Zentangle on Sundays again. And it's just nice music, very calming, just wonderful. I just love the Sunday Zentangle videos. Ooh, I like that green. That's fun. Let's give her a green headpiece up here. Okay. Let's glue this girl together. I don't know what color her shoes are going to be. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so if I was doing this the Stamplistic way, I would kind of outline every layer in black. Like with a black marker, I would go along and get all the edges really black. And then the other thing I would do is I'd be popping up layers. I can't decide if I want to pop it up because I was thinking this would be a journal cover. So if it's a journal cover, I kind of feel like I need to keep it flat. But if it's a card, then this layer would be popped up. Okay, then the next layer would be popped up. And it starts getting real dimensional, real fast, super cool effect. But I think I'm going to keep it flat because I think this will be a journal topper. I need to trim this. Right here and right here. There we go. I probably should cut her out right here before we go any further. Feels like a good thing to do. You'd love to see it popped up. Oh gosh, and I just glued it down. I'm so sorry. Yes, it is. I filmed like almost all of their samples. But yeah, when I was driving back, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I can do this with my digital kits. You know, all those digital kits that we use, y'all. We can do it with those because you can print them as many times as you want. So you just print it a number of times and then cut out certain details and layer it up. It's definitely a look I've always liked. Love from Lizzie does it. She'll have decoupage in her card making kits sometimes, and I just think it's so cool. We don't do enough of it here in the States, in my opinion. I do think it's like an older technique and blah, 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 but I really like it. You know, just like bell bottoms come back in fashion, old techniques can come back in fashion too. Okay, I think that was a good choice to go ahead and cut that out. And then this can be popped up. I'm going to go ahead and cut out at least this flower. Don't ask me why, I just think it's the right thing to do. When I was looking at it before, but this will go here. And then she'll go up there. Yeah, and then I need this pink part right here. I hope that most of it's there. I think it is. That way it looks like she's actually wearing the dress. Oh gosh, where did that go? Okay, there it is. Yeah, I need this piece. And this piece I will go ahead and grab a black marker and kind of outline this. So they usually always outline their stuff. Oh boy, I think this is a job for like tweezers. But this needs to go right here. Oh wait, not on that piece. Somebody stop me. It needs to go on this piece. Okay. I'm going to keep them all flat. I'm sorry, Kristen. We'll have to come back and play with these again and pop every layer up the way that they do. But I'm going to keep it consistent for this one. She's going to be so cute. almost feel like I need another layer back here behind her head, because there's so, I don't know, I just feel like I do. Desiree, Sabrina's headed your way. She's headed to PA after Texas. Okay, I needed that extra layer. But only in the head portion, not in the flower portion, which is going to be up on here. There we go. Okay, and then I think I will pop up her, I'm thinking I'll pop up her arms. Maybe not, but I will give them a second layer. There's one little part here that's bothering me. These would be fun pieces to work on. I feel like when you're sitting on the couch watching a movie, I guess you can't really watch and fussy cut and do all this, but like if you're listening, I don't know, to something, this is good busy work. Some of the cutting and different things. Probably the best thing to do is fussy cut this out before you have all these layers on here. I'm learning as I go here what's best. But I'm also just going to kind of cut quickly around here. Okay, we did it. We did our first one. Once I glue those arms off. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave her shoes. They're funky and cute. I like that they're black and white like that. I don't really feel like I need to do anything else with her shoes. Let's not lose her arms. There we go. You don't have, like I said, you could just color these stamps up and they would be just as adorable. I kind of want to pop her arms up. Let's see what this looks like down first, and then we might still pop it up. It's a little better. I have some thin strips of foam tape is what I was thinking. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie. That'll work. Just got to be able to grab onto that dress. There we go. That will work. So, there she is. Let's bling up her little dress a little. Her little dress a little. Lots of little in there. Let's do gold. I have lots of gold. all these little circles are gonna get some bling. We'll do big bling at the bottom. Crystal katana. And I happen to have, this is a mixed bag of sizes. So we'll do some big ones down there. Well, now, Kristen, I'm wishing I would have popped up the layers and just made this a card. Nothing like changing your mind multiple times. But I guess I expect this because this is my first time using their stamps and doing this method. So I guess I kind of halfway expect that. So I'm going to do the biggest ones down here. Okay, then we'll grab some medium-sized ones to go right here. This is a different kind of a project for me. This is not my normal mode of crafting. It's good to change things up. I think that's the same size. I like when I order rhinestones like this, I really like when they come in different sizes. I don't know about y'all, but I like it when they have like a small, medium, and large. It turns out it's perfect for this kind of project. There we go. And then let's do little ones up here. So on each of the circles, if you don't have a bunch of crystals or you don't like doing this kind, you could do like enamel dots. You just grab like your Nuvo enamel dots and do it that way. That would be an option. I have acrylic markers too, and I think I'm going to bring, golly, there's even teeny tiny. How perfect. It's like these were meant to be here. I'm so glad I grabbed this bag because not every bag has like 4 sizes. Oh gosh. I don't know what that was. Sorry guys. Are you all right? I think Dr. Shub's out there killing things in the garage, like scorpions. Don't mind. We just live in Texas, that's all. Okay. He usually doesn't kill the scorpions in the house though. It might have been a wasp or something. He's not in the house. He's in his studio, his music studio, his man cave. Okay. I'm going to color her gloves next, and then I'm going to call her done. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I live in South Texas. It's a thing. And my sister, a lot of it's also about my sister-in-law. She loves the Day of the Dead. And she loves it when I make her things. So when I saw this, it's like, oh, and I like to change it up. I don't want to make her the same thing every year. So usually enables me to buy a new Day of the Dead kind of thing. And I had so much fun making those Day of the Dead flip-flop journals last year. Okay, we need to color her gloves, but I want y'all to see the bling and what that does add to it quite a bit. Oh, She sparkles. She shines. I don't know if these are still available in the world. They're called Metallic Gold Jewels. They're from Pretty Pink Posh. I don't even know if Pretty Pink Posh is still in business. I hope they are, but I just don't know. But that's where these came from. So, there's that. Now, the gloves, the gloves, the gloves. How about we do purple? I know it's really close to that purple, but it'll be fine. Oh, it's the perfect purple, actually. I'm telling you, when you go on Aave, you will see that they have, I mean, a stamp for everything. They've been at it a long time, so that's why. Oh my gosh, they had an elephant that I loved. I mean, just so many things. She's done. We did it. I do want to put a little red. I'm going to put a red ribbon right here on her. I like red and purple together. Right here. Could also put a rhinestone right there if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it. Now, she would make such a cute card, or I think she'd be really cute on a journal cover. I should probably glue that rhinestone down. I thought it was glued down, but it wasn't. So that's that girl. Oh, I love her. And I love her sparkle dress. She's fun. She's cute. She's friendly. And see, what you can do now is keep all these pieces, right? So the next time you make a dress, you can make a dress and have the green on the bottom. Then you could have the pink here, or the green or the pink on the bottom. So you keep all of these stamp offs that you do. Don't throw them away, because then the next time you go, you can build up her dress, you know, each time. So keep these pieces. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these pieces and put them in with my stamp set. Oh, I did get the die. I didn't even use it. Not even use it, but the die would be helpful. Let's see, with the die, it was $24 with the die, but it's like 13 or 14 without it. It's up to you. I didn't even use it. I just cut it out. It doesn't, I wish the die cut out these inside parts, but it doesn't. So, but it cuts really close to the edge. It does cut out between the feet. So what I'm going to do is put her back in with, no, not her, but her stamp, her die, and my extra pieces back in here. And then the next time I go to make one, I'll be like, bonus! I already have her skirt in 2 different colors. Yay! That's how I usually feel anyways. I need a cut. I'm going to keep her glove because I might want a pink glove one day. I'm just going to trim this down so it fits in my bag a little better. There we go. See? Just pop it all right back in there. And I'll be a happy little person when I come back and find those ready to go. Now, let's also, I don't have a journal to put her on, and I feel like that's what I made her for. But we could make a really cute card with her. We might do that. Let's just put her to the side because next I want to stamp out one of these carousels. And then actually I kind of want to play with some scrappy tails too. Sorry, we've already been here an hour and a half. Hey Beth, how you doing? Oh, sorry, bumped you guys. Sorry about that. She would, oh my gosh, Desiree. Kiss your brain, girlfriend. She would make an amazing ornament. I love that idea. Oh man. I think I will have to make her an ornament. And you know what else? When I come back and look at her now, I do kind of need, or not need, but I kind of want to color in these flowers on her dress. Okay, hold on, Carousel. Y'all, in the meantime, pony, bear, lion, dragon. Pick one. Don't worry, you're not going to have to watch me fussy cut, okay? We're going to do this a different way. We're going to color them in with watercolor. We're going to watercolor them. These Arteza acrylic markers are not opaque, which is kind of nice in this situation because when that dries back, I'll still be able to see the stamp, but it just helps bring in a little bit of yellow. Usually when you get acrylic markers, you want them to be opaque, but in this case, that's kind of working. Ooh, you know what else? I finally got myself some gel pens. How have I been a crafter for so long with no gel pens? This is me enabling y'all to buy all the things today. I'm so sorry. I need to put like a warning on this video, but I got the AEN art, which Dee Dee said is the best, and I trust Dee Dee. I got this whole case for 20 bucks on Amazon. It was on like a flash deal. It comes with refills, and supposedly they have twice as much ink as any other gel pen on the market. And evidently, among a lot of colorists, they say these are the smoothest and that they love these and they're the best. And it comes with this nice case and all the colors, 120, I think. Anyways, this is about to justify this purchase because gel pens will color on her dress. And I can be really specific about, let's bring in some like marigold as well. Drawing within the lines, you know. I do not know how I've crafted without them for so long. So let's give her some like marigolds, which is a thing. But yeah, this will go over that patterned paper so well. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I made this purchase. Every purchase I've made recently have been things I've been holding out on for years, but already I'm like, why was I not making that a priority and getting those, picking those things up? I'm just gonna add a little more yellow here in these petals because that acrylic marker wasn't cutting it. Okay, and then we'll add a little yellow centers. This is a great way to color in these because the gel pens are opaque. So if you have this pink patterned paper, it's a way to go in and add detail without having to fussy cut out every layer, you know? I love the orange and the pink together. Let's put some orange down here too and trim her dress in it. That'll all make more sense. I would definitely do this before you put your gems on. If you know that you want to, otherwise you'll have to improvise like me. We don't always know what we want to do in the most ideal timing, do we? Oh my gosh, now that's fabulous. I'm going to give these yellow roses a little orange pop as well. I love some yellow roses. Isn't she fun? Oh my gosh. This poor rose down here that I put that acrylic marker on just needs more detail. Okay, I'll stop playing with her now, but see what we were able to add with especially that orange border. That's fun. Okay, I'll put her to the side. Did y'all pick one? Dragon. I see a lot of dragon. So I guess the dragon wins. Dragon wins. Bling on the head. Yeah, bling on the head would be good. I have to put her down for a minute. We're going to pick up the dragon. This is Carousel Dragon. Okay. Also, Stamplistic has a YouTube channel where they do their art classes. They're for free. You can just watch it on YouTube. And you can see how they use their stamps. I probably should use my big stamp positioner, but whatever. This is how we're going to do it. I am going to not fussy cut anything. I'm going to grab my watercolor paper. And I'm going to stamp it out. And we're going to do, let's see. And we might get another carousel out too. I'm doing 4.5 by 6.5 because you can probably guess this is going on a 5 by 7 card. I'll have some scraps left over, which is fine. So we're gonna do some ink smushing and then color in with the colored pens, the gel pens. Like, what are they called? Cordelia's gonna be right back. What do I need? Is it me? Do I need something? Oh, is it bling? Is it what she needs? She needs bling on her head. I think y'all are right. I think y'all are right. I mean, they do have the 3 little dots there indicating to me, hello, she needs bling on her head. Let's see. I kind of want to get my foam mat out, but because this is a textured watercolor paper, I feel like I'm not going to get a great impression. I could have used my stamp positioning tool, I know. I'm going to cause a craft avalanche, so just be ready for it. It's coming. I know it's coming. I'm about to switch out my side table over here, which I think will help with that. Okay, let's see if I can move it. Risky business. Let's see what happens. This is a foam mat. The foam just gives it a little give so it can help get in those creases. The glass mat, you know, it's just a hard surface. That's not too bad. It would be better if I had it in a stamp positioning tool where I could re-stamp on it. And it would have been fine on regular paper, but on texturized watercolor paper, the fine details just this happens unless you stamp and stamp on it. All right, let's let him dry. Let's put him to the side. He just needs to dry for, you know, a few seconds. And I kind of want to do the bear. Or do I want to do the pony? Maybe I'll do the pony. I love the bear though. There is a carousel in our not in my town, but the next town over. It is so beautiful. I love riding on it. It's just so beautiful. Just picking the animals sometimes hard because there's so many good choices. Which one you want to ride on? Let's take her off. I need to clean her up. I'm going to bring this back out. We're going to get a better impression. It's not the stamp's fault. It's the stamper's fault. Okay. These will move quicker. Oh man, I'm just remembering. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stamp this lower, a little bit lower down. I'm remembering an MFT die set, a carousel die set that MFT put out years ago that I have. That can make some beautiful toppers. We might have to do that. We'll see. We'll see where these cards go. Everybody put your helmet on. I don't know. Get your hard hats out. I definitely recommend a stamp positioning tool when you're stamping on watercolor paper, any kind of texturized paper. She's looking beautiful. All right. Now we have 3 stamps that need to be cleaned. But the crafting must go on. So, here are the 2 carousel that we have right now. Let's do some ink smushing. You know what? I never, ever, ever use my color cubes. I'm going to grab my color cubes. I'm going to have to figure out a way. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to have to figure out a way that they work for me. I'm randomly picking. I just randomly picking some colors here. Nope. I'm not doing that one. Nope. Okay, I'm not randomly picking. Oh, here's one. How funny. Here's one with a carousel. That would be good for the dragon. We can do that one. Every card I'm pulling up just looks like fall to me, and I'm not ready for all of that. Is anybody working on fall stuff yet? Ooh, that's pretty. Let's do that one. Okay. It was kind of random, but I said no to the things I didn't want to do. I said no to fall. Okay. I'm running out of space. Here we go. Let's find these colors. And at least a variation of orange, fired brick. That looks like evergreen bough to me. Let's see if I can find it. Cracked pistachio might work in a pinch. Lucky Clover, actually. That'll work. And then Fossilized Amber. And then I'm going to do a Speckled Egg. So that's that one. Close enough for me. And then this one. Ooh, so pretty. Let's do... I don't have too many super dark purples. I think Villainous Potion is the darkest one I have. I don't even have that many purples, to be honest. I have, but I think that kind of looks like Seedless Preserves. And then that might be a color. Worn Lips. It's really not worn lipstick. It's really like milled lavender. Shaded lilac might work. I think the milled lavender is more accurate. And then this is kind of a forest green. Not Pine Needles. Not Rustic Wilderness. Might have to be Pine Needles. Okay, there's our colors. Two completely different palettes, which is pretty fun. Now, we did the dragon first, so now when you're doing like ink smushing, you do want to avoid making mud, obviously. Hey, Debbie J. So here's our color card. Try to get that in frame. Here's our colors. I think what I'll do is try to focus like the green and the speckled egg here in our dragon, and then these colors on the outside. That's what we'll try to do. Okay, so let's do that with acetate. I'm just taking this, it's from the back of a stamp, and I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to ink smush onto this. It's kind of running out of desk space here. Okay, I'm going to ink smush on here. And then I can be more selective about where it goes. Just give it a little spritz, and we'll give it a little smush. And it's okay if it goes outside the lines. We're just kind of making this up. I kind of like it like that. All right. I'm going to use this dried baby wipe over here. Kind of take up a little bit. Like that. Now, what if I have another idea? Instead of smushing these colors, I'm going to grab my watercolor pencils from Timmy, and I'm going to use those instead. I love this purchase as well because I have the Tim Holtz ink pads, and now I have coordinating watercolors, and I've never been a real coordinating person to have like the same color ink and paper and all of that, but I do appreciate this. think I have, because I don't have all of his inks, I have most of them, but not all of them. But I do have all of these. I think I might have some of the colors that I needed for that other card here as well. So let's get something like, even lumberjack would be interesting, but let's go fired brick. Fired brick. Now they don't come sold by color family. I just got them all, and then I ordered them. I put them in my containers. That's perfect. Okay, by color family, but they don't come that way. They come in little happy rainbows. Okay, now I'm going to create kind of like an aura around them, I think. And then once this dries, I want to go in here with my gel pens, and I want to color in, and these colors will probably be perfect. I want to color in some of these details. Oh gosh, I hate these pens. I should just, I'm throwing it away. There. That's how much I despise those things. I like these super cheap ones that have this really soft barrel. Well, this one's a Jane Davenport. Oh, hey, look, it was dirty. It already had yellow on it. Convenient. Okay. Go in. I just wanted to color on them being already wet. I do kind of like the scribble effect. His watercolor pencils blend out so beautifully, so seamlessly, but I kind of want to keep a little bit of that scribble scratch in there. I think that'll be interesting. Now we'll go in with orange and we'll kind of do a gradation. Yellow, orange, red. This is interesting. This is just play. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing. But I like it. And now I'm going to go in. I'm going to border this whole thing, I think, with the fired brick. This whole card. Front. It's going to get bordered with this red fired brick. Kind of have a pile of danger right there. That little puddle is a puddle of danger. I think I'm still going to come in and do like a scallop up here. So don't worry if it looks a little rough. I'm not leaving it just like this. I just wanted to show you that, like, you know, these stamps can be used in many ways. You don't have to do what we did with the skeleton girl. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to come in and add some scallops up here. I had some gray paper this morning, but I think I used it all up. Let's see. Trying to decide if I'm going to stay true to our color card here. Ooh, that's bright. think that's about as close as I could get. I'm not loving this. I'm going to use regular watercolor. That's the thing. These cannot replace a watercolor palette. They cannot. In my opinion, this is, if you're like deciding like, oh, I'd like to get into watercolor. I think these are great for like coloring in areas and watercoloring them, but you're not going to be able to get a good wash or anything. You need a palette for that. So I'm going to get my palette out. And I'm going to put a wash here, which I think will make me a happier person. So this is a watercolor palette. And what I would recommend if you're trying to get into watercolor, you need to start with a palette. The watercolor pencils are great if you want to watercolor images. If you're like me, I don't want to use alcohol markers for coloring in my stamped images, so I want to use watercolor, so they're great for that. This red is not a fired brick red. Let's see if we can kind of mix it to get something closer to what I want. Add a little more orange to it. This card's wild, isn't it? You don't have to be this wild. We're just playing here. So maybe you're scaring some people off. It's a little crazy, I know. Even for me, this is crazy. But we'll just keep working with it and see what we come up with. I'm liking that better, getting that wash of color on there. Let me grab some of this yellow real quick and plug that in here as well. It's kind of making me think of the 70s, this design and color combination here. It's definitely giving me the 70s vibe. Oh, you know what I'm going to use? We're going to save this card yet, y'all. Well, for one, I'm going to use my spritz, but then I'm also going to use that new die I picked up from Spellbinders. Jessica's still enjoying Christmas in July. Yeah, I need to get on that. I've got plans. I definitely got plans. We're going to be making some journals, that's for sure. Okay. And I need to make some cards, some Christmas cards. Okay, this is just me looking for that Spellbinders folder. Got covered up by paper. It's right here. This is the one I'm thinking of. I think I'm going to try to take this part, turn it upside down, and put it up here. I don't know. This is kind of wild. Who knows what's really going to happen to this thing? Not me. And so I'm going to die cut first, emboss. If you emboss first and then die cut, the problem with that is, I mean, I could just fussy cut that out, but the problem with that is it flattens out your design. So you want to die cut first and then emboss is my thought. So I'm going to die cut a piece of paper that will fit in here and then emboss it. Just looking for a normal piece of paper. That will work. Don't have one. Okay. Oh, you know what I have? I have all my 5x7 cutoffs. Let me grab one of those. I think that'll be just right. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to send this, actually, sorry, I was switching it up on y'all. I'm going to send this through the die cutting machine. This feels like the most random live I've done in a long time. Well, I don't usually go live on a Sunday, so we'll blame it on that. And I just had new toys I wanted to play with. That's what it's really about. Okay, send this through. Notice you don't hear any popping? Yeah, there's no popping with this die cutting machine. And I love it. There's no popping. It rolls so smoothly. It cuts so well the first time. Sometimes with die cutting machines, I've always had to send things back through. You know, you have to go forwards and backwards, and I don't feel like I have to do that with this die cutting machine. And now I'm just turning my little dial to 3D emboss. That's the other thing. I don't have to figure out plates. I just take this little die cut. How did I die cut this? No, I did it like that. Pop it in there. I think that covers it right there. Okay. And now I'll send this through. I have to figure out, there we go. Where is that other piece? Use this one. I think I got it. No. Let me make an adjustment. Sorry guys, I'm just, I haven't embossed on here yet, so I'm just figuring out the machine a little bit. Let's see if I got it that time. Got it that time. Cool. Awesome. So the machine has a dial that you kind of dial in and dial back. I'm thinking this needs to be up here. It would have been really cool if I had done this in gold. I think that would be really neat. I'm not a big fan of this edge. And it may have been that I just didn't line it up right. This card is wild. I don't know. I don't know if I can save it, to be honest, but we'll try. We're trying. I think it's the colors more than anything. Let me try this. I just don't think I can live with this like it is. I think we could try to save it, but it's just a little too wild for me. It just didn't work. Not everything works. I think part of the problem started when I was trying to be specific with my ink smushing, and I should have just gone in and smushed all around. We'll do that with the next one. I think that was seriously part of the problem. Don't worry. Figure this out yet. Never give up, but it's okay to also just start over. Or take a different turn on your designs. Wow, we've been here quite some time. I've heard the cuckoo clock twice. Yeah, this is a long live. And I don't even know if it's a very good one, but it is what it is. Okay, let me get another piece of paper. Yeah, Rebecca, it's a long one. Have a good one. Yeah, bye, Cordelia. I know, it's just a whole lot of play today. Me just discovering these newbies, these new things. Y'all have a good day. Do 6.5 by 4.5 again. I'm going to do the ink smushing again, you guys, I'm going to stick to this color palette, even though I'm not so sure about it. I'm going to ink smush these 3 colors onto this background, and then I may end up using this at the top, because you know, Carousel always has that interesting thing at the top. We will do maybe something real quick with the other card too. I know I've already been here so long. We've already made our postcard, and then I showed y'all all of the haul, and then we've just been playing with these stamps. So it's been a while. And I'll have to go soon too. Okay. I don't know why I put all those over there. Okay, so ink smushing. Putting the ink down, spraying with water, smushing the paper on top. Gonna rotate. Ooh, I like that texture on there. I like that. That's cool. Okay, I like that. We're good there. Let me just clean up. I have all these watercolor paper scraps over here to the side. So I'm going to clean up with those. Might only need one. clean up with my cloth. Okay, I never mind having those painty papers laying around. I'm going to add the detail, like I said I would, to this with the gel pens. Okay, let's do that. I know some people are gotta go, but some people might be popping in, so that'll work. You can always come back later and catch whatever part you missed, if you so desire. I know pink was not in this card, but whatever. We don't have to follow those cards 100%. At least that's what I'm telling myself. There's no rules. There's no police monitoring how we use our color cards. I do think this is going to add a lot of fun detail. It's fun to, if you don't want to get bogged down in coloring, to do some ink smushing like this, and then to be able to come in and just add in detail where you want to add in detail. I'm coloring with gel pens, so I'm obviously not worried about shadows and light source, any of that stuff. I'm just adding in some of the fun details from the stamp back into the, bringing it forward. Let's give them a bright orange mane here. Like that. Oh, that's a face. That's interesting. Trying to see what else is in the stamp. Let's see, that needs to be yellow right there. Yeah, I'm gonna color this in yellow too. I think these gel pens are probably pretty good. I'm not getting the most solid color from them because I think parts of this image are still maybe a little damp on that watercolor paper. Let's make this dude orange right here too. It would be cool with gold. I get my gold pens from and silver from the Dollar Tree. They have really good gold and silver gel pens. It'd be cool to come in here and add some gold and silver as well. Or even white. Maybe add some white here and there. This is a leaf. I don't know what that is necessarily. I need to go back and look at the image. I think we're good though with that. I kind of want to make his tail orange down here. Ooh, silver horns would be cool. This set of gel pens has metallics in it too, and it has glitter. Let's see. I've got my Dollar Tree gold, or no, that's not even the Dollar Tree one. Let me go back to that case and pull one out of here. I'm not sure this one works anymore. That one almost looks empty. Yeah, they've got gold and silver in here. Let's use those. Maybe I'll put the gold here on this pole. And then we'll do silver horns. I'm just going to color it in all silver, and then I'll come back and add lines with my pen. It feels like the least fussy thing to do, which I will always pick the least fussy thing to do. I can kind of see where the lines are. And then I can do the same thing here. So for those who are just joining, these are some new stamps I got yesterday when I was at the scrapbook conference, and they're from Stampistic. There we go. That's more of what I was thinking of the first time. I just wasn't working in the correct order of things. I think this would be nice to be like in a navy blue. Let's do a dark blue. I'll start with just doing like the raised part in blue. We'll see what that looks like. And if I need to go in and fill it in completely, I can. That's pretty cool. I like that. This was a scrapbook.com midnight blue. I feel like I need to fussy cut this area a little bit better. I was kind of just getting myself through it. I didn't know if I was even going to keep this piece when I was fussy cutting this before. Making slight edits here. So the show yesterday was north of Houston in a city called Woodlands, the Woodlands. But man, some of the areas, guys, they still don't have electricity. It is just devastating. It's too hot in Texas to not have electricity, especially South Texas. But all of Texas is too hot. Some of the traffic lights weren't working. There was a lot of traffic getting there too. Okay, we saved it. We rescued this card. I don't feel so bad about this. I think what I will do though is fill in this area with a little bit of blue. So I'm going to grab this speckled egg and a brush. Don't take water brushes to your oxide pads. Probably not your distress ink pads either. Don't just stamp the ink off onto something and use it the way that I am here. You will mess up your ink pad if you take a water brush to it too often. I've even heard Tim say it, but I've done it myself. It's like, oh, maybe a little water won't hurt. Yeah, no, don't do that. Always listen to Tim. He knows what his products can and can't do, and he'll let you know. I ever tell you anything that contradicts Tim, don't listen to me. Just listen to him. Because he knows what his stuff does. And I'm just kind of crazy enough to try anything in paper crafting. Okay. Well, I guess if anyone felt like I didn't do enough lives this week, they're getting one really long one. But this is just, you know, yeah, that's better. That is better. Just aimless crafting, playing with new toys. Okay. I like that a lot better. Okay, last thing. I kinda, and I hope I don't run it. Famous last words. Oh, Susan, I don't know if anybody else does. You know, it's not a thing for a reason. I just like fussy cutting with big scissors. I'm looking for my mist. I said we'd use the spritz. I want a specific color though. Let's see. Peacock feathers, no. I think I want this, actually I'm going to use a different color. I think I want this Wonderland color. Just give it a little splatter. I do like this background, and it was so easy to make. Oh boy, now I want to stitch this too on my sewing machine. I don't want it everywhere. I don't want to spray it necessarily. I just want a few little mica bubbles. Make it feel a little more magical. Okay, that'll work. We're pretty much there. I'm gonna dry this. If anyone has trouble sleeping at night, refer back to this video. Maybe it can just lull you to sleep one evening when you can't sleep. Just my aimless crafting. Notice how we didn't give up though. No giving up. I really think this dude right here needs to be in gold. But I'm afraid if I color him in gold, I'm gonna lose the detail. But I kind of feel like he needs to be in gold and that needs to be in gold. I don't know if I have the patience to let this dry. I think I might blot some of this up with a dry towel. Like so. There we go. Yeah, I don't have time to or patience to let that dry fully. Oh boy, but that mica is so nice. Okay, that'll work. met some really nice people yesterday at the Scrapbook Expo as well. It's not the Scrapbook Expo, it's Creative Keepsakes. But yeah, they're just such nice people. I love our craft and the people in it. I really feel like this guy right here needs to be gold, but he's not going to look like a guy anymore. Yeah, no, I've obscured his face. So it's just going to be kind of a gold swirly. And this one too. I don't know. That makes me feel better about that. This is going to go here. If I tuck it up here, it'll look like it's connected. Kind of hide the part that I'm not loving. I think I'll do that. And then I could put a sentiment down here if I wanted to, but I'm going to stitch around it. So let's do this. Let's put it on. Yeah, that'll work. And then I'm going to put this on. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. So I'm not going to put wet glue anywhere where I think I'm going to put stitches. That would be terrible. Don't do that. Your sewing machine will not like that. I may have done that right over here. I'm going to heat it up with my heat tool. Yeah, I did. I got glue on the edges, and I do not want that going through my sewing machine. Trying to sew through that. I think we saved this card. Is it the coolest card I've ever made? No, but I think we saved it, and I do like it. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's going to look even better when I stitch around here. I really like this girl. She was a win. It's not a total loss, but it had some hiccups. I'm just trying to dry that glue before I put it in my sewing machine. Okay. This is the color card I used today. Oh my goodness. Good thing it's kind of laminated because I've already gotten it really dirty. Looky there. Let me go sew this real quick. Made it through the glue fine. It was dry. Yay. This is hilarious, y'all. I ran out of bobbin. Right down that side. So perfect for this card. So perfect for this one. But I didn't realize it, so I still have like the stitched holes here, and it's all frayed. Oh my goodness. You know, this is like that building in your town that's been a barbecue joint, a Chinese restaurant. It's been an ice cream shop and a pet grooming salon. You know that building. Every town has one. That's how this card is. Okay. Grab a card base. This yellow one might work. Yeah, I kind of like that. We have yellow. We have maroon. Yeah, I like that too. And then I have green, and of course I have white. Of course I do. Let's see. The green's not bad. Kind of all of them kind of work. Green. Maroon. I think it's green or maroon. I think it gets a little lost on the yellow. So the yellow is out. Y'all can help me pick green or maroon. Kind of feeling that maroon myself. I'm kind of feeling like this is the way to go for the card base. Oh, thanks. Debbie, I made it from all Dollar Tree or Dollar General stuff. Like I got this, this is from their wood section of the Dollar General. I got the letters and like wooden sign, and I just covered it in paper and napkin and things like that. Yeah, I got the idea. Dee Dee Willingham has a Be Right Back sign, and I was like, oh my gosh, I always have to leave my desk for one thing or another. Y'all didn't vote. I'm just going maroon. So I was like, I need one of those. So I made myself one. I always have to get up from my desk for something, go in the other room, sew something. There's always a reason. So now I have a sign for it so people don't think like that there's a glitch in the stream or whatever. All right. That is that. I like the way it came together. I wasn't sure that I would, but you know, just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep swimming. Keep swimming. Okay, I like it. I'm not gonna put a sentiment on it today, but I could totally see like a sentiment going right here. We stamped this out, but I know I've already been on here forever, so I'm not going to torture y'all through another card. I would probably make it somewhat like this. My idea was to take the carousel stamps, and I got 4 of them, and use the same technique on all 4, but in different color stories. So the other color story that I had pulled for this card was this one, and kind of make like a set of carousel cards. I also think it would be cool to make like them for like a carousel journal, or you know, whatever. Isn't she sweet? She's sweet. So then we did paper piece this girl and got her all put together and blinged out. Oh yeah, the crystals in the hair. We could do that real quick. And then we made a postcard, and I showed y'all my junk journal for July and how the postcards and junk journal are coming together. Just need the itty bitty ones. There they are. And there's 3 of them. Perfect. So this is not the right glue bottle for this, but it'll be fine. 1, 2, 3. I miss those. I'm glad y'all were like, hey, her head needs those. Where's my crystal katana? There it is. All right. Well, if you have any questions for me before I go, I love Stamp-listic. Mary, I didn't know they were a thing until yesterday, and I completely fell in love with their stuff. Yeah, I'm hooked. I love their stamps and their designs, their whole approach. Just so cool. All right. Now she's complete. I want to put her on a journal, but I think she'd make a beautiful card too. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. That was a long one. It's just me aimlessly crafting at my desk and sharing it with y'all. That's all. Sharing my haul. Can't wait to come back and make stuff with all that Scrappy Tells as well. I will probably keep working by myself here and make a couple more of these and kind of make a set of cards, a carousel cards, because I just think that would be really cool. And for just so people know, I think I'm gonna start selling my cards on Etsy, and I'm gonna de-stash stamps. I'll let y'all know when I get all the pictures taken and get everything listed. That all takes time. And when I'm ready to start shipping, because that's a whole thing too, shipping everything out takes time. So I'll let y'all know when I'm ready, but I have pretty much decided I need to get rid of some things. I would like to sell them so that I can, you know, pay off some more debt. Hello. So I'm gonna, do like 3 birds with 1 stone. I figure there's people in the world who might want them, so it'll work for everybody. And there's just stamps in this craft room that need a new home. They need somebody excited to play with them. Oh, thanks, Des. I'll be calling you maybe later today if you're available, but yeah. So that's it, you guys. Thanks. However long you were here, thank you. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I love spending my time with you. Hope you enjoyed the little projects. I know it's totally different than what I normally do, but that's really refreshing sometimes to just try something completely different than what you normally do. So yeah. All right. I gotta go. I'll see all of y'all later. Have an awesome day. Bye.